Log on to fitmanperformance.com for the latest and greatest truth about training, nutrition, recovery, and unleashing your inner greatness. And download your copy of my groundbreaking ebook, Use Speed to Get Lean, the Sprinting Handbook for Lifters at usespeedtogetlean.com. Hey everybody, it's your man Fitman, head performance coach at the Fitman Performance Center, and today's topic, we're going to go inside the session for another workout review of a speed training session that took place on the hill, the center hill outside of my gym. So first thing that you'll notice here, this film is in black and white. Why? Because the sun is going down earlier up here in Abington, up here in suburban Philadelphia, okay? Sunset's about 4:35, 4:40, 4:45 now. I didn't start this particular workout on November 17th until about 5:30 p.m., so the light was not great. So what I've done is I just put a black and white filter on and added some light so that you all can actually see me perform these sprints. Now, the second thing is that it is cold today. If you remember last week's workout, the same exact workout, 2 30-meter hill sprints and 3 10-meter hill flies, it was 73 degrees. On this day here, it is only 44 degrees. So the cold will absolutely play a factor in what happens today. When it's colder outside, it's harder for you to get warmed up. As you have seen throughout these first few warm-up sprints, my times in these warm-ups are slower than my typical warm-up times. You can compare it to the film from last week. Why is that? Well, it's cold outside. It's harder to get warmed up. Your muscles don't feel as pliable. You don't feel as bouncy. Warmer weather is ideal for sprinting. It is ideal, which is why sprinters in the South and sprinters from the Caribbean, they can train outside all year because they've got great weather. It's hard up here in Abington in the fall, in the winter, to train outside. We have to do it. We have to keep our speed and keep trying to build our speed, but it's harder because it gets cold. But guess what though? I like those odds. I like going against. I like it when the odds are long and the challenge is great and things are going to be a bit more difficult. That's just how I'm wired. So I'm getting warmed up. And as you've noticed here, I'm on warm-up rep number 5. Now, typically I recommend about 3 to 5 warm-up reps. Last week you saw it took me about 3 solid reps before I was ready to go. 5 warm-up reps. And why am I doing 5 warm-up reps? Because I'm having trouble getting warmed up on this day because it's so cold outside. All right. So we're going to get into the actual live workout very soon. And again, we're training acceleration and maximum velocity. Been going over this for the last few weeks. The acceleration is how fast can you go from 0 to 60. And your maximum velocity is the top speed that you can reach. And when it's cold in the fall, in the winter, how it is up here at Abington, we use this hill to do a lot of our speed work. We don't do as much speed work on the flat track when it gets colder out because we're trying to prevent injury. We're trying to prevent that hamstring pull or tear that has a higher chance of happening when it's colder outside. So we've got the first live rep coming up in the 30-meter hill, and I like to lean with it. I like to rock with it just to get that nervous energy out of my body, get prepared to sprint. Let's check out and see what we got going on today. Oh, 486. That is lousy with a capital L. 486 for a live rep. Do you know my last warm-up rep from last week was a 483? 486 for a live rep? That's not good. There's a lot of meat on the bone. My goodness. Now remember, when the video's over, I'm gonna get into a review of everything. I'm just commentating on what I see right now. So we'll review it when the workout's over. Let's see what rep number 2 looks like. Whoa, man. Are you kidding me? 488. It's even worse than the 486, which is telling you so far what type of day it is. Let's see what this 10-meter fly looks like. Let's see if I can redeem myself a bit. 134 is no good. That's nothing to talk about. Went 130 last week. All-time best is 125. And we starting the show with a 134 and a 10-meter fly on the hill. Let's check out this second 10-meter hill. See what we got to offer the game. $137. So we're actually getting worse. And these times are now, they're laughable. But this is the type of day we got in front of us. Let's see the third rep. Let's see what we got. Okay. So let's talk about what we have here. In the 30-meter hills, rep 1 was a 486. Rep 2 was a 488. Like I mentioned earlier, my third warm-up rep from last week was a 483. And you telling me that I couldn't even hit a 483, which is not spectacular, and I go 486 and 488? Look at these 10-meter flies. We got a 134, a 137, and a 136. So overall, this is not a good training session. There is no standout performance here at all. There's no PR. There's no in the ballpark. There is nothing. There is a guy who didn't sprint well today. So, but it's important that you all see this video, because I've run into a good amount of athletes who I've trained who initially think that training is going to be this linear, positive, progressive process all of the time. They think every single time they train, every single time they sprint, every single time they jump, they're going to be better. But that is not the truth, because that's not how training works. As you're looking right here, this was a bad performance by me. I was no good. I was lousy. I was slow. I had nothing to offer the game. But this is what training is. It's not a linear process. You're going to get beat by workouts. You're going to have workouts where you're not as good as you were the previous week. You're going to have workouts where you struggle. What's important is, what do you do when you inevitably have these days happen? Are you going to quit like most people? You see, most people have a bad day in the gym and it knocks them off of their path. It knocks them off of the train they're on, the train to get their results, because they've had a bad day. Bad days are part of the game. Bad days are part of the process. Think about this. This is something that I say often. You can do everything right and it still goes wrong. Think about that. You can do everything right and it still goes wrong. I had a great night of sleep. My nutrition was on point. I wasn't stressed out. My workout from the day before, I wasn't sore from that. So what impacted this performance? The cold definitely played a part in what happened, but I'm not going to sit here and just blame the cold. I got to blame the man in the mirror. He didn't show up. He didn't perform well. He's got to do better. Think about this. And this is what I tell all the athletes I train. 90% of the time, you're going to have a good progressive training session. You're going to lift a little more weight or perform more reps or sprint a bit faster or jump a bit higher. That's going to be for 90% of the sessions you have. You're going to feel like you. You're either going to make a little bit of progress or be just about the same. That's the 90%. Now, for 5% of your training sessions, you're going to feel like you are a superhero or heroine from the Marvel universe or from the DC comic universe. You're going to feel like Superman. You're going to feel like the Black Panther. You're going to feel like Luke Cage. You're going to feel like the Wolverine. You're going to feel like you can do anything that day. Weight is moving. You're sprinting faster. Everything is going your way. Those days happen 5% of the time. But then the other 5% of the time, you're going to have days where you feel like you ain't got the juice. Maybe you're from the Marvel universe. Maybe you're from DC comic universe. Maybe you are Superman, but now you are holding that green rock in your right hand. Now you are the Black Panther, but you ain't got the heart-shaped herb. You're Wolverine, but you've got no healing factor, man. No healing factor, whoa, man. And that's how training looks over a year. There's no way around this. So, as frustrating as it is for me personally to have a workout like this, I know that it's part of the game. It don't make me feel no better. I don't like seeing it. Don't like not seeing progress. That's just the athlete in me. But I know it's a part of the game. So I know that next week, I can't have another performance like this. Because I don't want to see anything like this. These 4.8s, 4.86, 4.80, almost 4.9 in 30 meters on a hill. That's not that's not what it's supposed to be. But you've got to remember, in training and in life, success requires struggle. That's a part of the game. There's no way around that. Your success requires struggle. So whether you're trying to build your body or become a better athlete, whatever you're trying to do in the iron game, in the training game, in the athletics game, success requires struggle. When you get knocked down, you've got two choices. You can either stay down and start feeling sorry for yourself, or you can stand back up and keep moving forward. That's how you will eventually reach your goal. So thanks for checking out the workout. We will be here next week because I got to redeem myself from this. It's your man, Fitman. Holla at a trainer when you see me at the center.